Hello everyone and welcome to episode 67 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel. Of course, being the UFC, and we're now in the year 2021, a little over the halfway point of the year, and of course, once we get into 2022, we'll be 3 years into the save, just like that. But for this episode here, of episode 67, we have the UFC Fight Night card in our main event, Malcolm X Gordon versus Kerefov. As far as with that main event, we'll be going into very shortly, because I do want to talk about the next tough season. As tough 30, it is McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. As Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov, if you will be, of course, debuting the new weight class, super lightweight, the 165-pound division. I think a very much a great balancing act, that weight class in this division, and to have Conor and Khabib battling it out on tough, to see who's the better coach. Obviously, we know Khabib in real life has turned into a fantastic coach, but also, McGregor dabbled in a little bit. I think for him, it's kind of fascinating. I do think he's actually a decent coach, but obviously it's hard to really compete with what Habib's doing right now. But for the class of tough here, I guess you could say the class, but the competitors are as follows. As far as you see, Paddy Pimblett, that's a bit of a big jump for him weight wise to super lightweight, but he's going to be there. As far as Merzus Legursky, as Marcel Kazetsko, as far as Kazetsko, as two Polish super lightweights. I don't know why I always have Polish people on the tough seasons, but there are Polish representatives. Joey Davis, of course, Joey Davis from Bellator, which right now they have him ranked third, which is kind of crazy. But was an NCAA wrestler. Also had a pretty solid Division II record. Yeah, he was 133-0, which is insane. 5'11", as far as 27 years old. Really, for the super lightweight guys, we have some people that were welterweights dropping down to super lightweight, and we have lightweights jumping up as well. Ignacio Bahamondes, as of course Ignacio is, as far as the Chilean lightweight, now moving up to super lightweight. 6'2", again, big dude for lightweight. Felt like that made sense for him to be a super lightweight. Georgi Izava, as Iziva, as I believe, as far as, but the another Polish. Okay, by the way, it's actually Georgian, so really I wouldn't say he's Polish, but more of Georgian. But kickboxer, was a featherweight, which is kind of crazy to have him jump up like that from featherweight to super lightweight. That's going to be an interesting. Gary Tonin, as far as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, as far as a 5-time EBI champion. Very, very great grappler. Again, lightweight guy, jumping up to super lightweight. And already a pretty solid name for himself already. Henzo Gracie Academy guy. And just, getting his name out there more so. And using tough to be that kind of avenue for that. Fernando Padilla, as far as the Mexican massive featherweight at 6'1". Again, a guy that probably should be a little bigger, and felt like, as far as this is the right call to move him up a weight class or two with that regard, as far as from featherweight to super lightweight. Interesting style, though, as far as a Muay Thai background with, jiu-jitsu training as well. Esteban Riveches, as far as the Argentinian. 10-0, as far as the Argentinian is 5'10", now jumping up from lightweight to super lightweight. Delano Taylor, which Delano Taylor, as far as was right now, I believe in the save, he was at King of the Cage. So jumping up from, and also another kind of, as far as 6-foot welterweight, jumping actually down from that to super lightweight, as far as a bullfighter, with, as far as his fight style. So we'll see if he can live up to that billing. And then Daniel Zellhuber, as far as actually it's a Huber rather, it's the Golden Boy, as far as a Muay Thai background, a 21-year-old Mexican fighter, 6'1". Again, another lightweight, jumping up to super lightweight. Fun style. I think that super lightweight is going to bring out some great striking. And Chris Padilla, as far as the Gardena, California native. 5'9", though, only 5'9". It's kind of smaller end of the scale for a super lightweight. Might be at a disadvantage as far as reach wise. Chris Duncan, which is a huge get. Scotland's Chris, the problem Duncan. Probably as far as, besides maybe Paddy Bimlin, as far as guys that have done well for themselves in real life, Chris Duncan is definitely one of those guys. 6 foot lightweight, jumping up to super lightweight. And then Avi Ghazali, as far as the son of Haman Ghazali, as far as was at Bellator, at 18, at Bellator 225, beat him in 11 seconds. He is a submission specialist for sure. Another 6 foot, lightweight, jumping up to super lightweight. And he is one of the best grapplers in the world. Excited to see how he does. As far as, was really kind of figuring out if I wanted to be a lightweight or just start off as a super lightweight. And I felt like the super lightweight, especially the tough class at 19 years old, is a great get. And then the two AJs, AJ Fletcher and AJ Cunningham, as AJ Fletcher, of course, welterweight, 5'9" welterweight, jumping down to super lightweight, already ranked 5th, which is kind of crazy. Had a fight in LFA during the save, but as far as for him, and then for AJ Cunningham from Arkansas, as featherweight, was at Titan FC. Actually, has been competing. He had the one fight in Titan FC, and he was having some local fights here and there. But a featherweight that's 5'10", jumping up to super lightweight, completely jumping over the lightweight classes. Which, Paddy Bimlin, actually, weirdly enough, him being considered his weight class being featherweight is kind of wild, because I think he definitely fits more of a lightweight, super lightweight style. He gets pretty big. He gets pretty big when he's out fighting, so I feel like maybe his preferred weight class should not be featherweight, but maybe that's just me. Kind of crazy. He actually lost in his last fight. He lost to Aiden Lee, which is kind of wild to think about as far as having somebody lose going into a tough season. But obviously we know Paddy Bimlin in real life is a bit of a character. And then for we talked about him, but the Polish fellas, as far as Massage, as I believe is how you pronounce that. I'm terrible with the Polish names, but Kazesko, great with the last names though. As far as he is, a kickboxer, 7-1. He just beat Michael Dubois at KSW, which of course KSW is a great starting point for somebody coming in to the UFC. He's probably going to be a problem for sure. And for Legursky, undefeated, another Polish kickboxer, 5'11", coming up from lightweight to super lightweight. So that I just felt like we needed to talk about all the fellas. I guess we could assign the teams, which I haven't even done that yet. Which I think we'll probably have the AI just do that, just to make it a lot more easier. Just to, as far as I feel like that's for the sake of fairness. It's probably the best way of going about it. But for Azamat Kerefov and Malcolm Gordon, our main event. Malcolm Gordon though has already main evented a fight night already, and we're in Monaco actually for this. As far as Northern Africa, the idea having a show in Northern Africa, I didn't want to go to like Nigeria first or anything like that without like Francis Ngannou or Kamaru Usman main eventing the card. I felt like that's for them. I think for those guys, how hard they've worked and how much they've wanted a UFC event to be there, felt like that was a good call. But for then, to have it be in Northern Africa, I felt like that was kind of the best call to have it be in as far as for, North Africa. Having, part of me kind of was like maybe even do Cairo to go to Egypt, just because I felt like that'd be a great place to like show off the fucking pyramids before going into the actual fight night. Did I say Monaco? Morocco. Monaco's fucking Northern Africa, but Morocco, not Monaco. But it was between that, in Egypt, but I felt like Morocco was kind of, uh, as far as it kind of overlooks the Mediterranean, and it's more so kind of more off the Spanish controlled kind of side of the islands and whatnot, and I just feel like that kind of be for the best to go off of that. But yeah, I mean, as far as for this is definitely, maybe not definitely, but I would assume this is the first ever MMA event to be held in Morocco. So a lot of exciting to go to a new venue in a new place that has not been exposed to MMA as far as having shows there, especially with the UFC. But yeah, Malcolm X Gordon, Azamat Kerefov, these guys are definitely fighting for a potential flyweight title fight. As far as they get a win here and maybe one more win, definitely could see them being in a title fight. For Azamat Kerefov, though, already undefeated, 18-0, 2-0 in the UFC, his first main event here. And of course, he beat Jared Brooks before that, and he beat Murad Magomedov, as that was, of course, back in January. So he's pretty much been fighting about every couple of months, and he's gotten decision wins in his last two fights. Gonna be a problem. Gonna be a problem for sure for Malcolm X Gordon. But Malcolm, of course, had a win over Benavidez to kick off the year. Fight night main event. He beat Brandon Moreno as well. 30-27. Brandon Moreno, too. Very, very impressive. He's looking to be a problem in this safe. So we'll see how he does in this one. As far as Azamat Kerefov is the favorite, which is really no surprise, but it's close on the betting line. That's going to be an exciting main event. As Yair Rozenstruik, big boy, against Marcos Rogerio de Lima. As for Rogerio, though, 7-5 in the UFC, 18-7-1. For Rozenstruik, 12-1-1, no contest, 6-1-1, no contest, of course, being the drug test failure after Francis Ngannou sent him into another dimension. As, of course, Francis, as far as coming off of a loss of his previous fight, so I think for Yair Rozenstruik, this would be a huge win if he could beat Marcos Rogerio de Lima, but de Lima is actually the favorite, which is kind of shocking. I know he's a great grappler compared to Rozenstruik, but as far as a stand-up battle, I would say he is definitely the favorite. As far as for him, he's coming off a loss to Cyril Gane, which is tough to lose to Gane, but he came off of that loss, 2 straight finishes in the first round. It's still crazy he lost to a knee bar to Cyril Gane, but he was actually rolling pretty well. He's knocked out Overeem, he's knocked out Arlovsky, like he's doing very well for himself. I think he's going to get a big win here tonight. I just don't see it for Marcos. But he did beat Chai Lewis Perry, so there is that. So that's a huge win, too. And he beat Latife. So he is doing pretty well for himself, actually, as far as on his first winning streak since 2014. Be nice for him to get a win. But yeah, I mean, these guys have so much experience. So 70 Muay Thai fights for Marcos, 80 some kickboxing bouts for Yair. I mean, this is going to be a very, very violent affair in that co-main event. And Geoff Neal, hands of steel Neal, and Randy Rude Boy Brown. 14-3 for both guys, both 30 years old. Geoff Neal, though, 6-1 in the UFC, whereas Randy Brown's 8-3. Welterweight contest here, which I think it's actually kind of... I thought it was considered not as far as it was considered like a catchweight bout because we fucked up. We didn't fuck it up. Basically, what happened is once we added the super lightweight division, the kind of some of the weight divisions kind of got fucked over, like the lightweight one, and I believe the welterweight one. So they were considering those fights catchweight bouts, but I think it's fixed now that we're actually in the game. But who knows? We'll see once we actually get there. As far as Randy Brown, though, slight favorite with minus 110. Both guys have Randy Brown is on a hell of a winning streak, 4 straight wins. Hasn't beaten a ranked fighter though. He hasn't lost yet in the save either. So we'll see. 30-27. Zaleski dos Santos, which is very, very impressive. But yeah, 6'2" welterweight. A guy that we could potentially see in super lightweight, too, at the same time. But for Geoff Neal, 14th in the world, 11th in the UFC in the welterweight division. He beat he lost, to Wally Alves. Beat Mike Perry, though, before the save started. It's kind of crazy to think that he was ranked 8th and lost to Alves, whereas, of course, Randy Brown beat Alves before the save started with the triangle, which is just, again, MMA math would dictate Randy Brown would be the favorite in this one. Which, no surprise. Him being a minus 110 favorite, you figured to be a little bit more in his favorite, but it is what it is. As for Irshad Saeed, or I guess that'd be Syed, taking on Marlon Chito Vera as Chito looking to beat the debuting Syed. And yeah, I mean, Syed, Cape Town, South African, 16-2-2. Pretty good record in the UFC, got a couple of wins. Tough debut. Tough debut for the South African. 32 years old, 5'7", though. Pretty small for the size of most bantamweights, but Cheeto's kind of small, too. But yeah, Cheeto has not done well for himself, but he's fought some tough guys at the same time. Fought Jimmy Rivera and Sean O'Malley, and got 30-27 against Rivera, and he, of course, got the body kicked into oblivion by Sean O'Malley. This would be a great win for him, and to get him on the winning track for Hellboy himself, Caio Magales, I always forget how to pronounce it, but then Brendan Lazar from Johannesburg, South Africa, 5-0, of course 1-0, was a part of the tough season that we had for the middleweights, beat Philip Rowe on the, and he beat Dreykus as well, which is just hilarious. He won with an Americana, so he's won with 2 submissions so far here in the save. Can he make it 3 tonight? He is the clear favorite in this one. As far as for KO, I feel like he is going to put up a pretty good fight. He has been fighting at M1, hasn't been fighting here in the UFC since November 2014, so it's been a long time since we've seen him. But I feel like he's going to have some good bouts here for us. That's why we brought him back. We'll see, though, as far as how he does. So our prelim main event, Bokang Masu Yanni, as far as taking on Hector Sandoval, another flyweight contest. For Bokang, though, he is the clear favorite, minus 450. Another South African. Felt like because we're going North Africa, it'd be an easy travel for the South Africans. But he's taking on Hector Sandoval, Sacramento native, both guys wrestling backgrounds. 2-3, though, as Hector Sandoval, of course, hadn't had a fight in a couple of years. Had the Montahino fight, which Chris 30-27 him, had a great performance in that one. But yeah, 5'2", small little feller. As Bokang, though, is 5'1", so both of these guys, I feel like, realistically make a lot of sense in why we made this fight. But yeah, as a freestyle wrestler in the 2014 Commonwealth Games, he was, as far as fourth rather, for this 57 kg division. But he's coming off of a win at Pancrase. He 29-28 somebody. So as far as he's coming in off a win, obviously undefeated. We'll see how he does in his debut. And then for Ahmad Faris, the Egyptian, the prince himself, taking on Joe Selesky. 16-4, 17-4-1. Joe is 3-1 in the UFC, 16-4, of course. 1-1 for Ahmad Faris. As far as for Ahmad, of course, had the Davy Ramos loss after Ramos had the drug test failure, though. Now, no contest. He lost to Demir Ismagulov, and of course, he beat David Ty Moore with a knee bar in his debut. Another fight night for him, though. His 4th fight night in a row. Would love to get him on either an ESPN Plus card or obviously a pay-per-view, even on a prelim. Feel like he deserves it. He's done very well for himself, and I feel like that'd be great for him, especially if he gets a win here tonight. But for Joe Selesky, he is, of course, coming off of some fights in King of the Cage. Literally has fought 6 times for King of the Cage in the save. I think this, we forgot to kind of edit his record going into this fight, but yeah, he's already a low-level national name, which is huge for somebody who hasn't even technically had a UFC fight in the save. So, pretty wild. I think Joe Selesky is going to be in some trouble here. We'll see, though. Selesky's a great grappler. I just feel like Ahmad is a better striker. Then for Dolce, champion Lungambula, as far as taking on Adam Roda Yandev, as Adam Yandev in Dolce, 35-32. Both guys similar records, 10-3, 10-2. Both judokins, both 1-2 in the UFC as well. So just a lot of similarities there. For Dolce though, he's coming off of a loss to Carl Solberg, which is a very, very tough fight, and he lost to Magomed Anakalov, which is another very, very tough fight. So he's just had 2 tough fights back to back. 35 at a light heavyweight at 5'10 as well, and same thing for Adam Yandev. Wow, I did not know he's one of the sons to one of the richest men in Ingushetia. As far as that is pretty wild to think that he is fighting in a fucking cage when he's the son of one of the richest people in Ingushetia. But he lost to Alonzo Minfield here in the save. But he did beat Kennedy Ninjeku. I always forget as far as Zinjeku. It's not Inzetjeku as far as Zinjeku. Won with an Americana in that fight. Back on the fight night circuit, rather. And I think he is going to give guys, as far as for him, with his judo background, if he can get a win here tonight, that'd be huge for him. But I don't know. At the same breath, this is going to be a tough one, I think, for Dolce. He's the underdog. Yandev, younger, a little bigger, probably has a better reach too. We'll see. And then for Mark Holm, Indricus du Plessis. It's crazy. The fucking middleweight champion of the world right now. And, lost in his debut. Lost, of course, to Brendan Lazar. Before that as well. Not a great record for old Dricus here. He got 30-27-2 to Abu, which is crazy. We haven't had a fight since then. Figured maybe working out and having a camp would help him out a lot. We'll see, though, against Mark Hulme, who was going to originally be part of that tough class of middleweights. Opted against it, and now we finally bring him in to a fight for the first time. As taking on Dricus, too. Dricus is the slight favorite. Would love to see, obviously, for Dricus to get a win here. But Mark Hulme's going to be tough. He's going to bring it, for sure. And then for Kennedy, Zinjuku, the African Savage, taking on the Black Samurai, and Alan Madat, as both guys 7-2. From Lyon, France, from Dallas, Texas, for Kennedy, as minus 110 for Zinjuku. And for Allen, he is a plus 100 underdog. Both, again, light heavyweights. Kicking off the show. For Allen, though, he is making his debut in the UFC here in the safe. He's been at Deep previously, as he got a win with a knockout back in September. He's coming off a win there. These are some giant light heavyweights, though. 6'4" for Allen and 6'5" for Zenjuku. As far as he lost to Adam Yandev, and of course lost to Paul Craig before the save. So he's looking for his first win in the save at least. This is going to be a tough fight. Tough fight for both guys there. This is for flyweights though. Kerefov is trying to get into the top 5. Malcolm Gordon, again, trying to get into the top 5. Second time he's made it in a UFC event. Of course, first time for Azamat Kerefov. And Kerefov, though, is the favorite. 6-1 on the Blurcat staff picks. Might be a flyweight champion sooner rather than later, for sure. And for Yair, big boy Rosenstrike is coming in as the 12th ranked heavyweight against Marcos Rogerio de Lima. And Lima's the favorite, which again, I just don't see it. I would definitely hedge my bets towards Rosenstrike. And for Joff Neal and Randy Brown as Hands of Steel Neal and Rude Boy Brown battling it out as both guys finishing 3 of the last 5 opponents coming into this fight. Randy Brown's the favorite. He's the bigger guy. But this is going to be a hell of a fight, though. That might even be the best fight on the fucking card. As for Irzad Zayed and Marlon Chito Vera. Chito, big favorite in this one. I would say maybe Chito getting fed a can, potentially, in that regard. We're just trying to get him back on his feet and get onto the winning track for him. But we'll see. We'll see there. And then for Gaio Hellboy Rosales taking on Brendan Lazar. as Lazar, heavy favorite in this one. I don't know, man. It's hard to kind of dictate away from Brendan Lazar. He's done really, really well in this save, and I think he's going to get another one here tonight. In our prelim main event, as for Bokang, Little Giant. Love that. Looking to make a big splash in his UFC debut, a 5'1" flyweight. That is a hell of a wrestler. He might give some guys some problems tonight. And for him and Hector Sandoval being 5'1" and 5'2", I feel like these are great guys to battle up against each other for their especially for Bokang's debut. Sandoval, though, hasn't won in a couple of years, obviously. April 2017. Been a hot minute for that man. If he's gotten his hand raised, we'll see if he can get it done, though, and shock the world, potentially, there. Selesky and Ahmad the Prince Arith, as Selesky finishing through his last 5 opponents. 3-4 on the Blur Cat stat picks, with Ahmed having the slight favorite, and I would have to agree with him. I think his striking's a little bit better. Selesky's a hell of a grappler, though. That's not an easy fight, though. Not an easy fight for Ahmed at all. And for Dalcha and Adam Yandev as champion versus Baroda. As far as for Yandev, he is the favorite in this one. Dalcha has a win, of course, in the save. Could be his first win in the save tonight if he can get the job done. And for Mark Hume and Dreykus, still Knox Duplessis. Dreykus looking to get his first win. He is the favorite. For Mark Hume, though, he is looking to have a big splash in his debut, getting the win here tonight. Oh my god, for Zenjuku, a 9-inch reach advantage. You gotta win with that type of reach advantage. For the Black Samurai, though, and Alan Budat, this is a tough debut for him. That is a tough one. We'll see if he can get the job done. Maybe somehow he gets in close, grapples him, clinches him, sweeps him. That's probably his way to victory tonight. We'll see. But Josh Rosenthal, a referee, cage-side judges there. As Matt Hume, as far as the cage-side judge there. 2 left hands off the counter from, as far as Zenjuku. And there's a jab and a head kick from Allen. That was a great little combination there. And that was a feint and a great counter from Allen with a jab and a right cross. Nice little combination. There's a right hand from Zenjuku. 1-2 from Allen. Countering jab again. There's a fucking high right head kick. I cannot believe Njuku has been getting outstruck like this. You have a 9-inch reach advantage, brother. You gotta do your goddamn thing and use that. Left jab misses the big right body kick, though. There's a right cross that lands hard. Oh my god. Went for the counter. Does Allen here with the left jab, but the head kick doesn't make contact. 1-2 from Allen. Misses the jab. Connects clean with the right hand, though. There's Zenjuku, and there's 2 counter left hands. There's a left jab and a straight right hand from Allen. Closing the range here. Now looking for a takedown is Zenjuku. What a round. What a round for Allen. Made out that as far as that is exactly what you need. Having and being an underdog and also giving up so much goddamn reach. As now Zenjuku's trying to tempt Allen to throw in a reckless strike. But that's a terrible idea because he's been on point tonight. He's getting tired, though, but there's a head kick, though. God damn, I mean, these head kicks and jabs are crazy that they haven't even rocked him. And here comes a counter. Zenjuku is in big, big trouble here. Big, big trouble here. It's Allen with a jab and a right cross that lands hard. Counter jab, couple of minor left hands, big right hand misses. Halfway point in the round, now Allen look at the trip takedown. Couldn't take control of the grapple. Grabs his arm now to try and pull him down. Does Zenjuku, and that actually defends it. And now, here we go. There's the takedown attempt. Doesn't get it, though. So both guys are kind of... Oh, he sucked him into his guard and going for the arm on the bottom. He got him. How about that? Zenjuku winning with an arm bar. Not even using his reach to get a win. Using his grappling. Gets his first victory here in the save. 8-2 now. That was a good fight, though. It was a good fight. And especially, I'm just shocked that Allen... Baydon, I mean, he was fucking him up with head kicks. Didn't even rock him at all. That shows you how tough Kennedy Zenjuku is, as he thinks I'm connected to Fortis MMA office, very responsive office, friends, family, and supporters as well. I mean, yeah, just a mountain of a man, though. And if he can get it figured out, if he can figure out the puzzle that is this sport, he has a great chance of being an absolute demon at light heavyweight with just his size. Josh Rosenthal staying out there for this next prelim contest, and here we go. They touch gloves. Hume obviously very much worried about his opponent striking here in Dreykus, and there's a right hand after Dreykus is wide on the jab. Great head kick, though, after the left hand, and he rocked him with the head kick. Big right cross catches him, but it didn't have any power behind it. There's a crunching right hook now. Rocked him again. God damn. And this is, another head kick. Down he goes. Please end the fight, Josh Rosenthal. He is not going to. Insane that Mark Hume has been able to take this punishment. Now looking for the Kimura. That gets stopped. Knee strike to the ribs now. Looking for the Kimura again. That gets stopped again. And now look at this. Looking for the sweep. But now Dreykus just ends up... actually, it does work a little bit. It ends up underneath now, north-south. And there's a short knee strike to the side of the head. Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is a 10-8 round. 10-9 for Dreykus. To me, it's 10-8. I know he swept him, but you couldn't say a sweep is enough to separate from a 10-9 to a 10-8. He fucked him up. And again, Mark Hume was just like, I don't want to get caught with a strike, and immediately gets stuck with a stunning right hook, and down he goes. Looking to finish him now, he does. Josh Rosenthal finally stops this fight. Great performance, though, from Dreykus. Exactly what he needed. 14-4. Gets his, winning ways on the right track now, here in the UFC, and exactly what he needed. And Matt, praises his team at Matt Fit MMA. Is very responsive to all of his fans to give him support him. But 2 finishes back-to-back like that, and it is nice to see for this prelim as Dolce against Dolce champion Lungumbala taking on Adam Boroda. I think it's Boroda, but Adam Boroda. Yandev is Yandev, and Dolce 10-3, 10-2, both Judicans. Really comes down to who gets a hold of the other guy first. It's probably how this one was going to play out. They touch gloves, though. There's weak flicked left-hand jabs from Dolce. There's a right cross that lands hard from Yandev. And there's a fantastic right cross from Yandev now. And down he goes. Looking to finish him here in the first. And he does. Zerdine stops the fight. Great win for Adam Yandev. Short and sweet. 35 seconds is all that one took. And another first round finish there. Or first round finish, rather. As Adam Yandev gives an inject there at the Legion Fight Team. And all of his favorite sponsors came out to support him. And all of his friends, family, supporters, rather. As, also has a local club victory tonight. As far as going to celebrate there. So everyone's invited. How nice of them. As especially, this play's got to be rocking, though. First time in Morocco. 3 straight finishes. Rolling right along in this prelim. Herb Dean, a referee for this one at Cage Side Judges here. As, the Egyptian, obviously, from Cairo. Just a stone throw away when you think about it. This is really a hometown fight for him for sure. For Ahmed Faris, and now he's looking to close the distance early. Throws a wide hook to the body, but it's avoided by Seletsky. And again, if Seletsky gets caught with one of these strikes, it's probably going to be it for him. But there's a spin kick to the ribs, though, from Seletsky. Now the left cross. Misses the left-hand exchange. Combination from Ahmed doesn't land, though. Misses the right jab. Here comes a counter from Ahmed now with a counter jab. But the big right hand just misses. Goes to the body. Sharp hook to the body. That's off target. And now there's a countering the head kick attempt with a right cross. So Ahmed's counter striking, doing pretty well for him. Left jab, avoids the big right, goes Seletsky. Now Seletsky gets a hold of him. That's exactly what he wanted. But actually, as I say that, Ahmed actually gets control and now sweeps him, trying to sweep him. Gets blocked, looking for the trip now. Got the nice inside leg trip. So now he's on top with about 40 seconds left. Scramble immediately, but he sees a chance to get a good guillotine in. Oh, wow, almost got it. That would have been a huge way to pull off a win. And, as far as the end of the first round, obviously Ahmed won that one. I think he outstruck him for sure. Outstruck him. Of course, went for the submission, too. He looked good. And Seletsky, though, going for a head kick again. Hits the left jab off target with a head kick, and there's a left jab and a leg kick from Ahmed. Again, striking in the middle. Left jab. Doesn't find the reach on the hook to the body. There's a jab and a right cross from Seletsky, though. Jab and a low kick. The low kicks are landing for Ahmed. There's a right cross from Seletsky. Nobody rocked him. Seletsky then with another big right hand. Down goes the Egyptian. And he is looking to get fucked up here as Selesky does his job, getting the victory. Poor Ahmed. Not a lot of times I can say we're going to be close to Egypt. Maybe we will go to Egypt next time for him, but man, tough break. Tough break there. But a big win for Joe Selesky, though. And he wants Rafa Garcia. Not exactly sure if we'll be able to make that happen. I'm sure we'll try. But yeah, as far as he gives an interest over to Jim Owens, is very responsive of his friends, family, supporters. Usually Selesky's striking in real life is not as good as we just saw there. So if he can pull together his great grappling and his great striking that we've seen, at least in this save, he's probably going to be a bit of a demon. And 155. So our prelim main event, the little fellas, going at the flyweights. 5'1", 125, 5'2", 125. A long way from Sacramento, California is Hector Sandoval for the Cape Town South African. Just a trip up to Northern Africa for him. As Mergliotti is our referee, Dan Mergliotti. Gauge that judge there, and here we go. Round one begins. They meet in the center with Sandoval with the left hand. As far as Bokonga, if he can get a hold of him, Hector Sandoval is going to be in big trouble. But there's the left hook from Sandoval. There's a powerful straight right, though, from Bokong. Not even going to have to grapple with him. Going to look to finish him here in the first. In another fucking 43 seconds is all it took. This place has got to be rocking. I mean, what a win. What a way to cap off your UFC debut. Bokong is going to be a savage if he's got that type of power for these flyweights at 125 pounds. With his wrestling, too, he's going to be tough. As now, our opening contest on the main card. We'll see if Hellboy, as far as Caio, taking on Brendan Lazar, the undefeated Johannesburg, South African native, looking to make it 6-0 and get a big win here tonight. We'll see if the Muay Thai background for Caio can help him out tonight. But just Lazar, if he gets you down, you are so fucked. But they touch gloves, and Lazar trying to step forward here. Their counter jab doesn't connect, though. And now Lazar with the left hand, nothing but air on the big right. As a guy with a left hand, or nice left hook, rather. And there's our nice right hook from Lazar now. Both guys landing some big-time shots. Clean right hand after the left jab from Lazar. Left jab, but the right hook is blocked. Brace of jabs doesn't connect with the right hand. Yeah, Caio's doing a pretty good job. Doesn't land on the roundhouse kick to the body, though. Lazar now with a jab and misses the right hand. So both guys firing. Two left hands from Lazar, but Caio avoids the big right. We might see our first fight that goes into the third round here, the way this is going. Both fighters going toe-to-toe strikes. There's a left hand from Caio. There's a leg kick now. Trying to get something going. There's a Lazar counter jab from Caio. There's a beautiful straight right hand from Caio, and now a minute left in the first round, and we are in trouble here for Caio if he gets these left hands. Yep, it lands two of them. They won two, but fails to land for Lazar. Left kick to the body after the jab from Caio, and I think Caio might have won that one. Oh, I give it to Lazar. I guess he landed more power strikes. It was a close round, though. If he lands just one more power strike, I think Caio easily wins it, but I still think it's up for debate. Lazar now with some strikes. Two kind of left hands from Caio. Left jab from Lazar, but the big right hand misses. Lands a rather left jab, but misses the big right hook to the ribs, and now left jab misses from Caio, but he lands a left hook to the body. As a pair of jabs exchanged from Caio. Left hand from Lazar, but nothing but there on the big right. Counter left hand from Caio, and now doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination in with leg strikes. Nice feint there from Lazar. 1-2 doesn't land either blow, though, unfortunately for him. As now he's going for the jab combinations with a kick to the lead leg. And Lazar attacks with some nice right hooks. Now he's coming forward. Two counter jabs. Two jabs and a right cross to lands hard for Lazar. He's getting tired, though. And that's going to give an opportunity for Caio to come in with a left jab and a right hook. But there's also a jab and a right hook from Lazar. These guys are swinging now. Left roundhouse kick to the body from Caio. Left jab and a good right hand from Lazar. Right cross from Caio. Clean right hand from Lazar. But now we get a takedown attempt. Yeah, someone was going to go down if they were going to keep on swinging like that. But he's got up against the cage. It looked like he was. But he got some separation, though, once he got him up against the cage. But they're going to give it to Lazar again. Again, I felt like Caio is just doing more. But, Lazar's landing more power strikes. Crazy fight this has been, though. How well matched this is for a minus 460 plus 360 fight. Lazar with a 1-2. Went for the big right hand. but he dodges the right hand and counterattacks the jab and a right hook to avoid the last possible second. Here comes a counter, as it's a left kick to the body from Kyle, left jab and a right cross from Lazar. 3-punch combination though, ends with a right cross, and he rocked him with that one. Big right hand, down goes Lazar, and he could get hurt here. Looking for the D-bar now. Probably a bad idea. Kyle probably should have kept on landing strikes. Man, it's going to suck if he ends up losing off of a scorecard, because I really do think one of those rounds you could have gave it to Kyle. He definitely won that round. 10-9 there, and yeah, they're going to go 29-28 for Lazar. Tough break. A very, very tough break. You know, as far as a guy that landed almost double the strikes that Lazar did, all obviously from that third round, pretty much, but just tough when you go off a round-by-round basis like that. You're going to get a guy that was up 2-0. Kyle couldn't get the finish, but he looked the best, in that fight. It's just a tough way of going about it to lose like that. And he'll now be 12-5, but Lazar, though, now 6-0. Tough break for sure. It's our first fight that went to the scorecard, though. It's Mad Fit MMA. Praise his team, just Brandon Lazar, and various sponsors for supporting him financially as well. Here's Syed. He is in for a world of hurt against Cheeto here. So we'll see how Cheeto does. Both fighters moving in now. As I say that, Syed with a counter jab. Lands it, but the right cross just misses. Counter left hand. Syed has landed some big time shots here. 2 left hands with a crunching left hook. Oh my god, he rocked him. Syed just dropped him. Oh my lord. Somehow manages to pull clear circle out. That was crazy. Syed is not here to get fucking rolled through. He said, oh, you think I'm being a cane that's going to get crushed? Not so fast, my friend. As a jab is wide, hits him with a straight right hand there. And Syed is lighting him up. Trying to get in close now. Quick punch doesn't land it, though. I mean, obviously, he's up on the scorecard already for this round. But if he can get a finish here in the first round, that would be huge. Two jabs in the right hand. A right cross that's landing hard. Another right cross that lands hard with the left hand now. Syed is lighting him up. Still, there's a left hand and a low kick to the front leg. Trying to get some grappling now is Cheeto. Cheeto is in over his head. He's got an absolute assassin in there. In Irazad Syed. My god, the buzz that is happening in this arena right now. Seeing that display is magical. And now, jab is landing from Syed, but nothing midair in the big right. And Syed's striking has just been so much better than Cheeto. I mean, it's just crazy. Did not expect this at all. Misses the vicious right hand after the jab. Syed's getting tired, though. Now he's trying to step forward still, but I think him getting tired is going to hurt him a lot in this fight. But there's a jab and a straight right. So he's still landing some big-time shots. There's a crunching right hook. But Cheeto's hanging on. Left jab and a leg kick there to Cheeto. I mean, fuck, Cheeto might get out of a job here, the way this is going. Because there's another straight right hand that lands hard, and that's another round for Irazad Syed. Cheeto needs a finish. Or he's going to get upset in a big, big way here in Morocco, as there's a big right hand from Syed. There's a feint now that's caused him to be off balance. Here comes a jab off the counter and a good right hook. Jesus, and there's a great right hook there from Syed again, and he rocks him again. Big right hand. Snaps his head back, going for another big right hand. Please stop the fight, Herb Dean. He finally does. What a win for Irazad Syed, beating a guy who's ranked, beating a guy who is now on a 3-fight losing streak and lost as a minus 520 favorite. Insane. But what a win for Irazad Syed, and he has praised his team at Evolve MMA, who did a phenomenal job for his fight camp, and he wants Draco Rodriguez next. I mean, listen, we gotta probably give him a fucking ranked guy after that. That was an impressive performance, to say the very least, as Joff Hands of Steel Neal and Randy Rude Boy Brown are looking to battle it out here on this main card. Both 30 years old, as both 14-3. Both guys are far away from home. In New York City native for Rude Boy Brown, for Harker Heights, Texas for Hands of Steel Neal. Long ways from home. As both these guys touching gloves here. They move in and engage. Neal finds his way past the opponent's guard with a 1-2. Now Brown, though, with a sudden flurry of 2 punches, but doesn't connect to the big right hand of the body. Brown hits jab, finds the right cross is blocked, though. Left jab and a right cross from Neal. Yeah, the striking battle here is going to be the difference maker for sure. Here comes a counter from Neal. It's a jab and a right hook. Great counter already from Neal. And there's Brown, though, with a right hook. Countering the right hook with a right cross, rather. Left hand from Brown. Nice feint from Neal. Caught Brown again with 2 fast punches. But the big right hand follows up, misses, though. Pair of jabs. Followed by a pair of left jabs. Doesn't make contact after the low kick, though. There's a nailing 2 quick punches. Does Brown, but doesn't hit the right hand. As now he's, looking at the clock, grimacing. Just like, damn, I only got a minute left. I gotta get something going. He slips past the right hook and counters with the left jab and a right hook to the ribs. And now they come together and strike. Does another feint entirely bot. And Neal quickly throws a punch. Doesn't land it, though. But he hits the right cross. Brown, with a jab, doesn't hit the hook to the body. It looks like Randy Brown's going for body shots, but they're not landing. There's a jab from Randy Brown, misses the right hand. Is just a great round, though, for both guys. Looks like they got Randy getting ahead of this one. Yeah, it was tough, though. 10-12 with 1 power strike for Randy Brown. They're going to give it to him off of damage. His jab can't hit the right cross. Jab scores with a great right hook. That was Neal. Left jab misses the round kick to the body now. Punch. Low kick is checked, though. And now both fighters now look to step in and strike again. Slip past the right hook attempt. Does Brown. Attacks the jab and a nice right hook. As far as a nice right hook from Randy Brown's hooks have been landing for sure. There's a jab from Neal, but doesn't land a leg kick. Randy Brown looking to make it 2 straight rounds the way this is going. There's a right hand taking on the gloves from Neal. Can't hit the right cross as Brown. Jab of the right hook is blocked from Brown. And now Brown again slipping past the right hook attempt. Attacks the left hook to the body. Brown gets caught with a feint by Neal. Neal with a left jab of the right hook is blocked. And now there's a right hand from Brown. Leg kick gets checked by Brown. Counters with a jab and a left hook to the ribs. Great stuff there from Randy Brown off the counter. Brown, here comes Neal now with a counter. With a jab and a low kick that narrowly misses. And now Neal's getting tired. Definitely what you don't want going down, potentially 2 rounds to none going into this final round. But there's a left kick to the ribcage from Geoff Neal, and that's exactly what you need. But Brown now with a left jab and a right cross. They gave it to him again. Tough round for Geoff Neal to lose. Now, I mean, listen, even the fights that are going the distance have been been really close, honestly. The way this is going, besides the last fight we saw with Syed and Cheeto. But man, what a counter from Randy Brown here. What a counter. Oh, yeah, it does. It was a counter from Randy Brown as he follows up with a pair of left jab followed by a big right hand that just misses. Brown's moving a little, still moving well. He's definitely getting to the deeper reaches of the gas tank now. Left jab, right hand is blocked. Left jab misses the big right hand is Neal. Jab is wide, hits a nice straight right hand, though. This Geoff Neal now. Brown slipping past the right hook and counters the left hook to the side of the body. These guys are landing now. My God. Neal misses the right hook. Here comes a counter. It's a quick left jab and a big right hand that just misses, though, from Randy Brown. Brown then with a jab and a left hook to the body. Misses the jab. Hits the good right hand, though. Coming forward now. Counter jab from Brown. 1-2. Brown was equal to it, though. They move in. About 2 minutes left in the fight. Neither fighter can really land anything big now. I think both guys are pretty much tired. They're just swinging for the chance to land that big-time shot. There's a nice right hook, though, from Brown. There's a jab from Neal. Doesn't land the right hand. Brown with 2 jabs to the body. Fails on the hook, though, to the body. And there's a left jab and misses the right hook. Does Neal. Jab and a right hand from Brown. Now Neal just falling into a clinch, basically. But now Randy Brown's got him against the cage. That is not what you wanted if you were Geoff Neal. As, my God. Hands of steel Neal is going to be losing this one 30-27, I think. Yeah, Matt Ewan gave it 29-28, but yeah, I think that's the right call. Randy Brown. As far as it was only rated decent, I felt like it was really starting off well. I think they just kind of, both guys got tired, unfortunately. Kind of tapered off in the third. But you think it's ever connected to the training lab as far as for helping him prepare for fight and sponsors for supporting him financially as well. But yeah, it was a very, very tough fight. Our co-main event, the heavyweights, gonna battle it out Two absolute veterans of combat sports in Muay Thai and kickboxing, as we'll see how Yair Rozenstruik will do. It's still crazy he's the underdog. Maybe they got it right, though. We'll see. As Marcos Rogerio de Lima looking to get a major, major victory here. And he's, of course, a long way from home. And, oh, wow, Lima ignores the touch of gloves. Don't like that. They engage now. There's a jab. Right hand is blocked from Rozenstruik. 1-2 from Lima. Two left hand. Now they're going with some strikes here. As Lima dodges the right hand. Here comes a jab and a glancing glove with a high kick. Halfway point in the round. Jab and a left roundhouse kick to the body. Good technique here from Rozenstruik. 4 quick punches. Damn, there's a right cross and a right hook, though, from both guys. These fuckers are landing. 1-2 from Lima. Now Rozenstruik with a jab and a right cross. Oh, cut him up there underneath the eye. Left jab, can't hit the right cross. Clean right hand from Lima now. My God. And now misses the leg kick. Off balance, though. He gets countered as a kick to the lead leg. It's a great counter from Lima. 2 counter jabs. Misses a vicious right hand to Rozenstruik. And now misses it badly, though, with the right round kick to the body. Gets countered with the right hand. That's a hell of a first round. That's exactly what we wanted. And they gave it to Lima. Yeah, I mean, it was tough. It was close. I personally thought Rozenstruik did more power strikes, but I guess they were dead even, and Lima had more leg kicks. So it looks like, as far as it's 13-12, so just only a strike difference. Very, very close, though. And he cut him, too. So it's just tough. Tough to see that for Rozenstruik. But here comes a counter. As Rozenstruik comes in with a left jab and a right hook. Let's avoid the last possible second. That could have been a fight ender if he would have landed that hook. And same thing could be said for this one for Lima. Rozenstruik's getting tired, though. Jab and a right cross is blocked, though, from Rozenstruik. There's a left jab, but the left round kick to the body also lands from Lima. And he's also getting tired. Of course, these big-ass heavyweights, once you're now getting into the second round, it's going to be hard for these guys to land some powerful strikes. But as I say that, there's a crunching straight right on the button that drops Lima, and Rozenstruik is going to win this one right on cue. Lived up to it. Lived up to the expectations of what I wanted that fight to be. A stand-up battle between great veterans of their styles. Muay Thai versus kickboxing, and it lived up to those expectations for sure. And what a huge win for the heavyweight in Yair Rozenstruik, as now, as far as he praises his camp, his various sponsors, all of his fans came and support him. He won Shamil Abdurkab as far as Abdurrahmanov, as we'll see how he does there, as far as against Shamil. I don't know, though. I think stylistically that fight doesn't make a lot of sense, but if he wants that fight so bad, maybe we'll give it to him. So our main event, Malcolm X. Gordon and Azamat Kerefov. It's crazy that we saw a 5-1 and 5-2 flyweight on our main event of our prelim, and now for our actual main event of the card, we have a 5-7 and 5-9 125er battling it out. And, man, again, it's hard to bet against Azamat Kerefov. We'll see if he can get the job done, though, and if Malcolm X. Gordon get another win in this main event, massive for him on his resume. As Herb Dean's the referee for this main event, of course, 5-round fight for our main event, and Kerefov already going for the takedown. Doesn't get it, though. Got him against the cage, looking to trip him down. Yep, got the big takedown there, and he's got a knee bar. Oh, no, doesn't get it, though. Thought that might have been it, but no, a Darce choke. Gordon is fighting for his life on the bottom here. And now looking for another Darce choke, blocks it again. Von Flue choke now. He is throwing everything at this motherfucker. Kerefov again with a takedown. Jesus Murphy. As he doesn't fully take him down. He's got him seated with a waist lock on him. He's got him against the cage. Oh, looking for a guillotine. Yep, and he got it. Well, that was crazy. Oh, he was in front of him. Yeah, I mean, I was like, how did he get a guillotine from it? He had his back, but I see what he did now. Yeah, so, yeah, had him against the cage. Didn't fully have him on the ground, on the mat. Jumped guillotine when he had the chance and got the win in the first round. Azamat Kerefov, probably your new flyweight champion. The way he's fighting, he's a fucking demon out there. But he gives an instruct over at Roos Fighters Sports Club. All of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, supporters as well. And he wants Jazier De Silva. Of course, De Silva coming off of a suspension, so we'll see if that will in fact be the perfect fight for him. But for for this card, only 846 people showed up. That's what happens though. Man, listen, we're breaking new ground. Haven't had a show in Morocco. I did it again. Oh no, I said I thought I said Monaco there, but yeah, Morocco. But what a prelim though. All the prelim fights lived up to expectations. The only main card fight that I was kind of disappointed in was the Neal and Randy Brown one, which Randy Brown had a great performance, and Geoff Neal did at the beginning, but they just kind of tapered off towards the end. What an upset though for Syed. Lazar might have stole one there in the middleweight opening contest, and of course that fantastic fight with Rosenstrike and Lima. Damn, lost a lot of pop there. That was not great from that regard. But yeah, Osmont, we'll give one to Randy Brown, give one for Syed with an upset, give one to KO because I just felt like he got absolutely fucked. Volkan looked great. And yeah, that'll probably be it actually for the rest of the fight bonuses. Yeah, we made about 230,000. A couple guys making over 100,000. Well, a lot of people actually. Yeah, we had 5 people make over 100,000, and we had another 2 make over 200,000. So that's a great night for those men. As $1 million from ad revenue and subscriptions. So basically covered what we paid the fighters, and then the merch covered the drug test. Sponsorships basically covered the production. So we just basically net gained of the fucking gate, pretty much, relatively. Little bit here and there as far as actual revenue from like merchandise as well in the gate. So you can't beat that. Can't beat that. Well, that fight night for something that was in a new area that didn't have a lot of potential as far as guys that are, main eventers of former, fight nights and have, had like title fights or anything like that. As far as from a name value perspective, that did really, really well for what I wanted. To break into some new ground and to have a fight night after what we've had with the International Fight Week shows. I feel like this was a great change of pace. As now, we go to the ESPN Plus card. That is our next episode. As Money Mociano taking on Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson, just on a run of a lifetime. We'll see if he can get the job done there, and he'll have a fucking title fight if he beats Mociano there. And of course, if Mociano wins, he'll probably also be in line for a title fight. As we'll catch you guys next time for that one. Take care, everyone.